Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Inside the Dam podcast brought to you by Papa John's. Be sure to check out their MSU special. It is a large two-topping pizza for $7.99 if you show your MSU ID. We have another great show for you guys today here. We have another three guests for you guys. We're going to have a men's wrestler join us for the first segment. We're going to have someone from the men's hockey team. They've been ranked recently. And then a member of the brand new women's wrestling team here on Minot State University campus. But without further ado, guys, he is a sophomore from Bend, Oregon, member of the MSU men's wrestling team. Cannon Potts joins us now. Cannon, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure. And we'll just kind of start off with how's the campus life been going so far? Brand new school year. Just got done with your freshman year last year and a little bit more experience. How are you feeling at this time?
Yeah, it's good. I've moved off campus and I got my car here this year, so that's a lot better. But I've been really busy with school. I'm in a lot of chemistry, bio courses. So,
and that's actually a good segue to my next question. Obviously, you are men's major. What's life like on campus? What's your major? What do you study? What do you like to do on your free time away from the mat?
Yeah, I'm a bio major and a chem minor, and then I'm doing a pre-med focus. So I'm looking to go pre-med anesthesiology in the future.
That's really cool. So what are kind of some of the things that you do in some of your classes?
This year my toughest course is organic chemistry, and I spend a lot of time on that course, so that's what I've been dealing with lately.
Really good stuff. So, yeah, that's a little bit of what Cannon has going on off the mat. Just kind of talk about your placement on the mat. So, wrestling life, how's the team been? Obviously, you guys just started this past weekend, first weekend against Jamestown, I believe.
Yeah,
against
we had a tournament in Jamestown.
I believe you won all four of your matches, two of them involving pins. Walk us through what happened in Jamestown.
Yeah, overall as a team, we had a great tournament. Oscar Nellis, our 125-pounder, he dominated his bracket. He won 165. Austin Franzik, he was a runner-up, really close, should have had it. And then I won my weight at 174. And like you said, I won all four matches and had a good day.
No, we always love to have a good day there for sure.
Yeah.
And so you yourself, you were actually a starter last year as a freshman with 15 wins. Were you kind of expecting that, or you just kind of hold yourself to a high bar there? What was that feeling going like into your first year last year?
Yeah, it was interesting. I was gonna redshirt, and then about two weeks into the season, 40 called me in, said he wanted to pull it, and I was starting at 165, and just went from there. Had a good season.
Very good season, yeah, like you said. And just kind of walk us through some of the experiences that maybe you weren't expecting in college as opposed to maybe in high school. Just talk about really what are some of the things that maybe you didn't learning curves, or what was that like?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different rules in college. A big one is like the first round is 3 minutes, so it's a lot longer of a match. So that's something to adjust to. And a lot of older guys. I mean, I was only 18, and a lot of the guys I'm wrestling are 5th or 6th year seniors because of COVID. So it was tough, but I think I did a good job of adapting.
Yeah, and talk about we had Tay Beckel on the show 2 weeks ago. She mentioned the COVID pandemic a lot. How is that? Did that really sort of change your mindset going into college, or is kind of really just kind of a little bit before or after? How was that for you going in?
Yeah, it was difficult. I felt kind of a step behind because the 4 classes above me got a free year. So when I came in as a freshman, the guys that had been here for a year were also freshmen. So everyone kind of had a leg up.
Yeah, for sure. And, things happen. Unfortunately, we all weren't expecting it, but good to see you here on campus and just talk about some of maybe your other experiences. Rumor has it you played football in high school. Talk to us about that a little bit. What was that like?
Yeah, I played football in high school. It wasn't ever one of my main focuses, but I decided to not play my senior year, kind of pursue wrestling, and I think that was a big decision that led to me coming to Minot. So I'm glad that happened.
Yeah, talk about the recruiting process. You said the point leading up to Minot. Talk about your recruiting process. How did it happen? Was it Coach 40 that reached out to you? What was kind of that whole, scenario? How did that break down?
Yeah, 40 reached out to me pretty early, kind of around my junior year, and he was one of the coaches who definitely showed the most interest, and that's what I liked, and that was a big reason why I came here in Minot.
Just talk about how good does that feel to be, wanted by a school, especially there are so many other wrestlers that in the same school, even Minot State, they're looking at so many different wrestlers that, just how awesome of a feeling is that to be wanted?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that Minot wanted me here, and I'm glad that Coach 40 and Coach Mitchum wanted me on this team. So I think that's like a big reason why I didn't go to some of the other schools that were closer to home. So I mean, coming all the way to North Dakota was a big move. So yeah, I'm glad that I wanted here.
Yeah, it is big because we have a little bit of snow going on right now. Have you experienced some of that before college? Any snow in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, actually, where I'm from, we're right next to Mount Bachelor, a pretty big ski resort. So I've grown up skiing, snowboarding.
Okay. Yeah, I know Bend, Oregon, it's usually that, and Washington, they can be prone to a lot of rain, maybe. But sticking with your high school experience, you were a four-time stats placer. Just kind of, what was that all about? What's the stats placer do, and just kind of, what was your role with that overall?
Well, I think state placer.
State, oh,
Right.
state placer. I think I had it
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah, I thought it said stats placer, but yeah, okay, I get it now. Four times
Right.
state placer. Yeah, I thought, yeah, that was weird, but state placer four times. So yeah, so it's not a role. It's just you're doing by how good you were at the wrestling at the high school level. So just
Mhm.
kind of walk us through the whole being able to do that and accomplish what you were able to.
Yeah, I'm really proud of my high school career, but I think it's also what kind of drives me today because my junior and senior year, I was a runner-up both years to the same kid,
Oh wow.
right? And so that's why I think I still have like a pretty big drive to keep going because I've been wrestling for a long time and kind of surprised I'm not burnt out yet, but yeah, we're still going.
No, yeah, some of us can get pretty burnt out from it, but you, on the other hand, you seem to be doing pretty good so far. That Jamestown meet, just 15 wins as a freshman year. Just kind of talk about the expectations for yourself on the mat here this season.
I have some pretty high expectations. I mean, I did a lot of work in the off season. I put on a decent amount of weight. I bumped up a weight class. I think last year I was way too light and not healthy enough. So hoping for a good year.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to a good year out of not only yourself, but the whole team as well. Talk about some of the teammates. Have you gotten accustomed to when you were entering freshman year? Have you gotten accustomed with some of the guys, some that are still there, or maybe some that have graduated? What was that feeling out process?
Yeah, that was interesting because I was like the only freshman in my class that was traveling with like the older guys, and so I got to know a lot of them. Unfortunately, a lot of them graduated, but like we got Keegan Berry back as an assistant, like grad assistant. So it's really good to have him there. Still got a lot of my old training partners. So yeah, love what we got going on in the room. And
No, that's very wonderful to hear. We're glad it's going well for sure. And we hope, again, wishing you the best of luck this season. Lastly, here, we're just about out of time. Talk about your expectations off the mat, getting back into the classroom. What do you hope to accomplish here on campus?
yeah, I mean, I hope to get my bio degree, and I hope to build some good connections and get into a good med school.
Shooting for the stars, man. Love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, well, that's all we have for you, Cannon. Thank you for making some time tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yep, and there you have it. That was Cannon Potts from the MSU men's wrestling team. When we come back, we're going to have, believe it, yeah, Gage Yost is going to be joined us with. But don't go anywhere. Check out their MSU special, large 2-topping for $7.99 if you show your ID. We will be right back after this quick break.
Yeah.
Doing good, thanks. So, you played junior hockey for 4 years before attending Minot State. How was the adjustment from being a full-time athlete to becoming a collegiate student athlete, adding academics into the mix?
It's a big adjustment growing up playing hockey. You don't really have a lot to do, to be honest. It's all about practice, hanging out with the guys, just doing that kind of thing. You really have to adapt to doing classes. I don't know, that part's hard. Working out's hard, like through the athletic program and stuff like that. It's really different.
Yeah. So, what did you choose to major in when you came here?
I did my undergrad in marketing and management, double
Okay.
major, and then I'm doing my bachelor's of science in management.
Oh, nice. And why'd you choose to do these things?
I really don't have an answer for you.
Do you kind of know where you wanted to take this after college?
No idea. Again, wish I had an answer, but my parents would like that answer too. They don't get one either.
Hey, well, that's okay. So, I guess besides academics and hockey, like how have you enjoyed your time at MSU so far? Excuse me.
I love Minot. There's gets a little cold here, especially compared to where I'm used to. But the people are great here. Stuff on campus is fun. Going to football games, whatever.
Yeah.
All of it's pretty fun.
Yeah. Like, what do you like to do in your free time outside of school and hockey?
Watch a lot of TV, pretty much. Especially when it's cold, man. It's hard to get out, but
Yeah.
I don't know, just hanging out with my friends, seeing a bit of the stuff around, like the PBR and stuff. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are some things that you've done in order to maintain a balance between academics, hockey, and kind of just time for yourself?
It's just about time management, really. Like when I first got here as a freshman, I was struggling with getting stuff done before, and then all of a sudden it's a panic, and you don't have time for yourself. It's all homework, gym,
Yeah.
rank, and those days are tough. But if you can get ahead of it early, then have a bit more balance in your life.
Yeah, definitely. And is there do you have like a favorite memory so far at Minot State? It could be with hockey or just like hanging out with friends or something. I don't know.
That's an easy one for me. When we won the nationals, that
Yeah.
was pretty incredible.
Oh yeah, I bet that was crazy.
Yeah, it's tough to duplicate that, really. I mean, hopefully we do it again this year, but that was a crazy experience through and through.
And who did you guys beat in the national championship?
So we played Iowa in the finals.
Yeah.
And then we beat the number 1 team, Lindenwood, and number 2 team, Adrian, along the way. So it was pretty cool.
Nice. So I'll get into some hockey questions here now. Since your first year at Minot, there's been a pretty good improvement in the amount of goals and assists that you've had each year. I think it was 4 in your first year, 7, 11, and then 11 again. So what helped you to achieve these stats, and how hard do you think you worked to get to where you are now?
Definitely worked hard. I wouldn't say I worked that much harder than anyone else, really.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Yep.
a part of it. And as a young guy in hockey, usually you don't get as many opportunities. And as you get older, you start getting a little bit more opportunity, and the coach has a lot more trust in you, and that's really what helps that.
Yeah. You scored an electric hat trick in your last game against University of Jamestown. All your goals were scored in the last period. This is your first hat trick as a Beaver. How did this make you feel, and can we expect more of these performances out of you this year?
I definitely wouldn't be expecting another hat trick anytime soon. That's not really my game, but yeah, it was just fun. Our whole team really was played incredible that third period. That was a huge win for us.
Yeah.
I've never seen a human being work that hard. Hopefully he's not listening right now, but just everything, every day he would work so hard, and if I can replicate even part of that, that would be awesome.
That's sweet. You guys face Williston on Friday and Saturday. Is there anything in particular you guys have like practiced on or focused on in order to stay undefeated this season and walk away with the 2 wins?
We've got a bit of a young defense, so we've been working out on a lot of breakouts, like pressuring them really hard, because for the most part, we're the best team that we're going to play against. So really practicing hard on them is really working.
Sounds good. That was grad student and elite goal scorer Drew Carter for the men's hockey team. Don't forget to go to Papa John's and use your MSU special for a large 2-topping pizza for $7.99.
All right, welcome back to Inside the Dam podcast, brought to you by Papa John's. Make sure to get the MSU special at Papa John's, large 2 toppings for $7.99 with your MSU ID. And now we're going to continue our show, and we have another special guest, Annika Gotlieb. Is that how you say it? Yeah, my bad. But she is a freshman on the newly developed Minot State women's wrestling team. Annika, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. So, being from Houston, Texas, I'm sure you guys don't get that much snow there.
No.
So how have you adapted to the weather here? And it snowed for the first time today.
It's a lot different than Texas. Definitely not too humid here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, just have you had to drive yet? Anything like that?
Not yet, no.
Yeah, that's always the worst. I always hate that.
Yeah.
So how has your first semester been so far? Do you like it here at Minot State?
I do, yeah. It's been a little stressful, but it's been pretty good.
That's good to hear. And so I know you're a freshman. So what's your major? What did you choose to major in?
I decided to major in chemistry, and I'm studying in veterinary medicine.
Oh wow, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. What made you choose that major?
I've always loved animals. I've always grown up with them, and chemistry is a good way to get my basics in. So. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Better than me. I could never do chemistry or anything like that. Took it freshman year, hated it.
Yeah.
Never again. So what are your plans after college? Is there anything that you want to really do? Is go into veterinary medicine?
Yeah, so Texas A&M in College Station in Texas, I definitely do want to get into vet school.
Okay.
So after 4 years here in wrestling and education, just go to Texas A&M, try to get. Yeah.
That's awesome. So how does chemistry play into veterinary?
Just like the basic formulas and medicine, medication for animals, and then helping them. So
great. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. So how's it been for the wrestling team here? You know, you guys are just barely new. You guys have a lot of freshmen coming in, and how's that been?
Yeah, it's definitely a new team, but we are definitely, we have very good connection to each other. We definitely strive to hit some goals this year. So we motivate each other every single day, make sure that each other is motivated and determined to achieve those goals.
So what kind of goals do you guys have for you individually and as a team?
So me, just try my best this season. I mean, it's my first year in college as a wrestler. And then as just a team, just to hopefully be into regionals, maybe have some champs, some All-Americans.
I hope you guys do. You guys are looking promising so far.
Yep.
So this is the very first ever women's wrestling here at Minot State. What does that mean to be a part of that?
It means so much to me. It's definitely new, and as like a team bonding, it means a lot to me to meet new girls and to get people into our program. It definitely means a lot to my coach too, and I just want to make her proud. So.
Yeah, you guys are really paving the way for hundreds of other people to come in and wrestle for Minot State. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So last Saturday, you won 2 matches in Colorado, and it was the first ever win in Minot State women's wrestling program history. Explain to me what that was like.
I felt amazing. Yeah, it was definitely a different feel because in college, we definitely have a different style than high school. So just knowing that I was able to just finish through felt amazing, and I had support all along the way. So, yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I wish you the best of luck in the rest of this year and the rest of the time at Minot State University. Again, that was Annika Gotlieb, women's wrestler here at Minot State University. This is Inside the Dam, brought to you by Papa John's. And always remember the MSU special, Papa John's, which is a large 2-topping for $7.99 with your MSU ID.